I guess I'll give you guys the spin. There's the spin. All right, how does this sound? Can you guys hear me? All right, I think I'm too loud. All right, waiting for Dirt. But I figured we go live and have a chat. Am I too loud? You guys got to keep in mind too. There's other people that like me a little louder, so maybe some of you should like lower it. Sound perfect, dude. Okay, let me mute myself then. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, Lord Addict coming at you with another Addict show, and then bam, Dirt Griggity's in here. We're already live, Dirt.
What's up, man?
What's going on, Dirt? I went live a little early to address the community.
Oh, it's all good, man. What's popping?
What's popping? It's pretty good, man. We this is a little bit of the after show,
The after show?
the before show.
Oh, the pre-show.
Yeah.
Ah, man, that crazy day, bro.
Yeah, I was just going to solo dolo it, but she was like, I'm good. I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. Because I was, because I wasn't sure if I was on, because I didn't go to work today. I had some stuff going on, and I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to make it. But earlier today, I said, oh, I should be able to make it. So
yeah, we got a crazy show for you guys, man. You guys have no idea that Xbox under attack thing. Yeah, we talking about PlayStation fanboys. I'm gonna be real with you. You know, there's some media thing, but I, for one, am tired of stuff, and we'll get to that later on, because people seem to not like me making acquisition videos. We'll get more into it later. Like, I think there's a root of an issue of why people don't like me making acquisition videos, but we'll get to that later. What's going on, you guys? This is Addict here. Welcome to another Addict show. We talk about the past, present, future game. I got my co-host with me, Dirt Green. What's going on, Dirt?
what's up, y'all? How everybody doing today?
Doing pretty good, man. Pretty good. So, what you been playing?
You know damn well what I've been playing, Addy. I don't know why you even asked that question. Now I've been playing Starfield and a little bit of NBA 2K24. That's been it right now. Those are the two games I've been playing.
Yeah, where I played so much of Starfield, like during the review process, I've like moved on to other games. I'm still playing it.
Yeah.
I actually got like a crazy. I don't know if you saw the clip I put of my ship that I'm currently rocking with right now.
I didn't actually. No.
Oh, you should go on my Twitter right now and look at what these people try to do, man. They came at me, Dirt, like 4-on-1. And I killed them all but one, and I made an example of that bitch.
Okay, let me take it up.
Yeah. So, appreciate everyone for coming through here, man. Addict Show's been growing every week. We had like 5,300 views last week. Get like 300 to 400 live viewers. Like, we growing, man. We growing.
Yeah,
we
there
growing.
You go, brother.
Like, we had a show that had like 25,000.
Who did? Just us? Or you talking about me? Talking Iron Lords?
No, us.
Really?
Us.
Wow.
Yeah, IOP's like doing around that every week now for the
that's pretty dope, bro.
So we got a good show for you guys, man. We're gonna talk about Xbox credit cards, and I had to put in parentheses haha beside it. We talking about Starfield under attack. by media and PlayStation fanboys.
Mm.
And then we were talking
Crazy.
about Starfield reviews, man. Starfield reviews. We got a $2 super chat from Raiden Blade. We didn't start this review BS, but we will end it. I respect that, man. I respect that.
Yeah, man. Raiden Blade. Hey, man. Yeah. Shout out to the homie Raiden Blade because he's right.
Yeah. So let's get to the little crummies, the crummies that we're gonna be talking about today. Today we're gonna be talking about the credit card that Xbox has started. Have you seen this, Dirt?
Yeah.
You know it's funny. I made a video about it because I thought it was interesting. Xbox is getting into the credit card scenario. You would think that I was talking about something else because nobody watched it. This is the worst video I have produced, like view-wise, in like 3 months.
Yeah, man. Sometimes there's some topics I would want to do a video about, but I say, nah, the homies ain't gonna want to see it. So
yeah, I think I'm going to have to start like picking because I thought it was interesting, but apparently you guys didn't. And I respect that. I respect that, man. I respect that.
Yeah, I don't think most people really give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
It's like 33% interest.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. I was like, no way in hell. As much as I love Xbox, no.
I think so first off, it doesn't have an annual fee, which that is a big plus over a lot of other cards. Because a lot of those earlier cards, they give you annual fees because they know a lot of those cards are like credit building cards.
Right.
So they're going to get you with that annual fee.
Right.
And it's funny. I have a friend right now. It's his longest credit line, one with an annual fee. It's because that's like his first credit card.
Right.
But they penalize you if you get rid of your longest credit for him. So he still pays that annual fee every year.
Yeah.
Because it will drop his credit score if he gets rid of it.
Yeah.
So the thing I just interesting the most about this is like they revolved around this thing. Like, some credit cards, like I have a Discover card that gives you a cash back. And this card doesn't give you cash back, gives you Xbox back.
Give you Xbox Xbox points or what? Xbox rewards. What do they give you back?
I think it's like a combination of anything on the store. Now, what I will say is if you are responsible with credit cards, like extremely responsible, like like responsible and smart, where you only pay what you have. This isn't a card that you want to use for like long-term stuff. Like you had an emergency happen, got to drop it on the credit card. But I could see you using this for like, daily stuff that you're going to pay back at the end of the week. Where you're
like some gas or something.
Yeah, because with this, you are at least like, let's say you have another credit card. First off, I don't recommend getting it. There's 1,000 different cards that's better than this one.
Yeah.
But if you want it in your wallet, this is Xbox in your gamer tag, I guess. But that's not being responsible either, just to get a card because it's got Xbox on the front of it. But what I will say is like they give you like 5% more if you get 5% if you buy Xbox stuff with it. And then it's like you get 4% if you buy like DoorDash and stuff with it. So like they are literally rewarding you for being a gamer, like a legit gamer. But it's like I said, I just don't recommend it because I feel like there's better cards.
Yeah, there's plenty of better cards because when I saw the APIs, oh snap, nah, I'm good.
But it's like I said, if you are responsible and you want to get it for some weird reason, I guess. But it's just like I think this is definitely not a card. Now maybe it's one of those low credit score cards where it's like the threshold like around like 6 to 650, where you're in that part where you can't get like the good cards, like Discover cards. What's the one with the eagle on it? Like the platinum cards that are clear.
Yeah,
they only give the good credit people.
Right.
Like if you can't get stuff like that, then maybe this is if it's good in a good place where it's right above building credit, but right below good credit, then maybe this is a good option for you. Just depends on where this is and how and when they're going to start accepting it.
Right. Yeah. It's cool, but I'm good on that.
Yeah. There's way better cards, man.
Yeah.
Like I would recommend getting. I'd recommend getting an Amazon card over this, a Walmart credit card over this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on to that because I didn't think we would talk about that long. You know what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about Borderlands for sale. Did you see that Gearbox is rumored to be for sale?
Yeah,
Now,
man.
I saw people talking about whether or not it would be a good purchase for Xbox. So first thing I want to talk about is your interpretation of the game being for sale of the studio being for sale. It was like $1.2 billion or something like that. And do you think this is a good buy for Microsoft if the price was better? Or do you think even if the price was good, that they just don't need it? I'm kind of curious to hear your opinion on that.
Well, I'm not a fan, but if the price was much better, 1.2 billion is way too much.
That's
Too
almost
much.
up there what Sony paid for Bungie.
Yeah, it's way too much. If the price was much lower, I think the Borderlands franchise would be, I guess, valuable. But to be honest with you, Attic, I'm not a fan at all. I don't think Xbox should even look in that direction, to be honest with you. To be honest, that's my opinion. I don't think they should even look in that direction. There's better studios, better franchises. I mean, like Borderlands is a pretty big franchise, but I think they should look elsewhere after the ABK deal is over with.
Do you think that okay, let's say that they get it on like a flash sale. Like what Embrace Your Group paid for Crystal Dynamics.
Oh, for like 300 million, that's something different. Yeah, that's a little different. I mean, at that point,
anything north of 500 million for some reason, I'm like, no.
Yeah. I mean, if it's something under that, like you said, like a fire sale, yeah, that's a possibility because I think the franchise is valuable enough to be under Xbox first party studios, but not for like over 500. Nah, I gotta sneeze. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, I personally feel like when it comes to this scenario, it's like one of those things where it's like, look, Borderlands is a loved franchise. Yeah. A lot of people love it. My brother just left it. Like, he's a huge Borderlands fan. And, you know,
they're doing the movie, 3, right?
I think they are. Borderlands 3 might have disappointed some people, but I would still say that the franchise still got legs. Yeah. And if they can get that for a good price, I would say Borderlands is definitely worth putting in the ecosystem, even if it's just I would say you could argue that they could buy this just for TV. Because Borderlands got like really long legs, really good personalities. I feel like if they could get this for like 300-400 million, they'd be stupid not to. Yeah. Like the studio and the Borderlands IP. The Borderlands IP is probably worth that by itself. And imagine like them popping out. It's in Game Pass. The next Borderlands is exclusive. Look, I'm trying to upset people at this point. Okay. And I'm all about Xbox taking pieces off the PlayStation board. All right. Because what we're about to talk about here in a second is I made a video, Dirt. I was like, first off, I even said, don't buy this studio if they can't get a good price. And then this Nick dude on Twitter, Nick Marcel, I think that's his name. I don't know.
Oh, do you have the receipt? Like, can you pull it up or?
Yeah, let's pull up the receipt. Let's pull up the receipt.
Yeah, there's another Nick that's going around Pony Nick that's going around the community. That's a total POS. Constantly,
this dude.
Yeah.
This dude.
Oh, you talking about Nicola? Or no, was it? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the original Nick, Nicola. Brother Adam, what are we doing here?
this dude. Okay, so he brings up my tweets, my past videos. Where a month ago I made a video talking about Xbox buying the Lorraine Studios because of Borderlands 3, and then should Xbox buy Borderlands? Does it make sense? I even put in the title. Does it make sense? Question mark.
Right. Both of them have question marks in the title.
What's funny is like, tell me if I'm wrong, Dirt. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Are people mad when Xbox content creators buy studios because the shit could happen?
they're paranoid, man. They're scared to death. What are we doing here, Attic? What are you trying to say, Attic? You're talking because you're talking hypothetically, but everybody knows it's possible.
Look, no offense to Nick, because he ain't ever really done nothing harm to me. But I will make videos how I want to make videos. I wake up in the mornings, I check through Twitter. I got like 6 or 7 people I follow on Twitter that I just scroll through their feed. What do I want to talk about today? And I saw Borderlands pop up. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good video. I love acquisition videos. I love them. Because it's just like a good concept on whether or not the game works in the ecosystem. Could they benefit Microsoft in the long run? Do they make similar games that actually make sense? Do they strengthen Microsoft's lineups? Do they weaken it? Like, there's a lot of good ways that you can take a video like that. That's why I do them, because I feel like it's actually fun content to make. It's a good discussion. But PlayStation fanboys, they get so scared. Now, the Lorraine Studios one, PlayStation people wasn't on my ass over that video. It was PC people. They were on me like crazy. That video got like 400,000 impressions. It was cool because my video views kept going up. Right. But man, I was getting roasted. Dirt. I was getting drugged through. I'm sitting here trying to grab any structure to, man, they had that dude from The Evil Within that you have to sneak around that grabs you and just drags you through the hallways. I'm sitting here trying to grab anything, man. I might as well have been a character in Dead by Daylight. I can't grab nothing. It feels like everything I grab just cuts my fingers. And I'm just sitting here getting dragged up and down this hallway all day long. And then they just let me go. And I just like ran into my little closet and just shriveled up and be like, I won't mess with the PC fanboys again. I won't mess with the PC fanboy. And then the next day I make them mad again. So it's just like, I will make the content I want because it interests me. Yeah. If you don't like it, don't watch that video. I feel that, like, I was interested that Xbox was, for some reason, I still think it's funny, tried to get into the credit card system. I thought it was a funny thing. So I made a video. I got the consequences for making a video on a credit card Xbox. It was called low ass views. Yeah. that video didn't even get 600 views.
See what it is, you just learn over the years. You learn the people that listen to your channel. You learn, your fan base. I don't like to say fan base because we're not celebrities or nothing, but still, you learn the people that watch your content, what they like and what they don't like. So there's years where I would do certain type of content, didn't get as many views. Then I do another style of content, get more views. Oh, okay, they don't like that style. So,
sometimes even if I know it's gonna flop, I'm like, I still gotta do it. I still
there comes that point where you say, listen, I gotta keep it real. I gotta do this. I gotta slander Xbox if they do something wrong.
I slander anything against Xbox, it will still get views, but I get a lot more hate in the comment section. Yeah, and it's just like, look, I got to keep it real with myself. I keep it real with PlayStation. I tend to, like, what's funny is people say, Attic, why do you only make anti-PlayStation news? You never make positive PlayStation news. Like, because that's the PlayStation channel's job. Yeah. It's not my fault they don't do it. It's not my fault they only talk about Xbox.
I'm glad you said that, Attic, because what I've learned, what I do when there's some bad Xbox news, I don't do a dedicated video. I usually talk about it on a podcast, one of my podcasts.
Oh, I do a dedicated video.
Yeah, it depends on how bad it is, because last year when they tried to double the price of Xbox Live, I did do a dedicated video. But no, I don't do PlayStation, positive PlayStation. No, that's not what my channel is. Somebody called me an Xbox fanboy the other day and thought he insulted me. I call myself an Xbox fanboy.
So
I'm clearly biased. Well, that's my channel is what it is. No, I'm not doing positive PlayStation article. Like you said, that's what the ponies channels are. Go to their channels. You want to see it. You're not going to get positive PlayStation stuff from my channel.
So you know how my structure is. Like blue means PlayStation. PlayStation marketing is not good. They're also just liars. And then the one before that, say I don't make much PlayStation content because I know my people don't care about that. Naughty Dog delays Last of Us factions. PlayStation Showcase was the worst ever I've seen in years. PlayStation Massive Showcase reveal. And it's just like, look, like my audience don't care. They just don't. Like they're Xbox people. But you know, if it's big enough on PlayStation, like I'll review their games. Because I feel like games is where you know, I definitely are interested. You know, news, my audience don't care. They're like, look, it is what it is. But games, my audience does care about PlayStation games.
Yeah. See, so you're learning your audience, bro. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like my audience love positive Xbox news. They love PlayStation fanboy slander, and they love negative PlayStation news. That's what my audience likes. I'm just being real, bro.
And it's the PlayStation fanboys, their audience like anti-Xbox. So they do it.
That's what they do. And you have to learn your audience. That's all it is. And people say, don't tell me, like you said, don't tell me how to do my channel. Derek, keep that same energy. I ain't keeping nothing. Because I will talk about certain things on the podcast, but when it comes to dedicated videos, I don't want to talk about certain stuff. And I don't care what people say. No, Derek, you ain't being real.
It's like,
I don't give a damn.
It's like JRPGs. When I want Final Fantasy, people say, Addict, these games don't sell. Addict, you're wasting your time. Addict don't care. Because Addict wants those games on his platform.
Right.
I know I'm talking to myself in the third person, but that's fine. Because Addict gonna make them videos.
Right.
I really do. I will have people on my ass over those Final Fantasy videos. Why do you care? Just buy a PlayStation. I'm not a PlayStation fan. If I was a PlayStation channel, all I would do is talk smack on Xbox and never criticize PlayStation. I don't do that. Because people are like, well, why don't you just buy PlayStation? I want them on my platform. I don't want to buy PlayStation. I buy a PlayStation for their first party stuff. But all the third party stuff, if PlayStation doesn't own it, I want it on my console. Because I generally think that Xbox ecosystem is in a better place with those games.
I agree. And
so
that's okay, bro. That's okay.
Let's get these super chats real quick, and then we'll move on. We didn't start. Okay, so we already got that one. So we got Raiden Blaine with the $2 super chat. Xbox should just make Embracer a second party partner. That'd be crazy. Tell me if Microsoft announced tomorrow that they have some like huge exclusive, like, because we know that they're doing like kind of bad financially right now. Microsoft just like sprinkled a couple $100 million. Like they gave them like a couple $1 billion, and they're like, all your games, they in Game Pass day and date. They don't have to be exclusive,
right? But
maybe sometimes we'll come over there and we'll look on your little line, your little line that you guys got with all these games being made. Maybe we'll snatch one or two of them. This is ours. This is mine.
Right.
But for the most part, we're gonna let you rock. You're gonna let you sell them, but they ain't Game Pass day and date. Do you think that would actually do really well?
That would be cool.
They make a lot of games. They might not all be hits.
That would be cool. If all of those games went to the game, that would be huge for the subscription service, man. Like you said, they don't have to be exclusive. They can still put it on PlayStation, but having those games launch day and date and Game Pass, that would be big, man. That would be cool. More content, the better. I love it.
All right, so let me get this other super chat real quick. And I'm sorry you guys hear that microwave. It'll be off in a second. So we got a $5 super chat from Dolo Knight. Sqaure Enix says place PS exclusivity lost them over 2 billion and they may never recover. Okay, I don't think it was word for word like that, but I do have it on the agenda. We are going to talk about that. It's actually the next topic because I told you I talk about this Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have to it's gonna be a little bit of attacking on the 16 name, man. That Final Fantasy 16 name, we're gonna attack that a little bit. All right, so we got a $5 super chat from the Angry Therapist MD. Sorry I'm late to the show. Hey Dirt, I got engaged to Sarah.
Oh yeah?
Is that real? Or is
no, I think they said can you do that on the game?
Oh, talk about games. Oh,
yeah.
I thought he said he got engaged.
No, he's talking about the Sarah in Starfield.
You know what's funny? I saw in Kid Smooth, I was looking at one of his gameplay, and he literally in the final mission, something happened in this dynamic where he was fighting Sarah.
What?
I don't know how it happened because it never happened to me.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was interesting. You guys got to really pay attention.
The game is
to
awesome,
that dialogue.
Bro. The game is awesome. Yeah.
We got
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We got a $2 super chat from Nintendo Dawn the Otaku. I better hear a Nintendo Direct topic.
Uh-oh.
No. And people are saying spoilers. I get it. That's a little bit of spoilers. But here's the thing. When it comes to a game like that, you expect almost all your companions are probably going to give you smoke at any time if you make the wrong decisions. That's how their games are. But I get it. I will stay away from that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to Sqaure Enix. 27 minutes. We on to Sqaure Enix. So it's Sqaure Enix is they're like 500 billion, or how much was it? 500 million?
Yeah, well, I thought it was 2 billion. Let me see.
2 billion with a B. With a B, guys.
It says Sqaure Enix has lost nearly $2 billion since June. That's the exact words on IGN.
With a B.
Yeah. 2 billion since June when Final Fantasy 16 launched. Wow. And they saying they're not sure if they can recover at it.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Xbox over there, they got some money. Oh. They got some funny money. Yo, damn. I have to really imagine how bad Xbox Twitter would be if they bought Sqaure Enix. If we wake up one day to a big that little picture thing with Final Fantasy, Dragon Age, Foam Stars, all these games just in a sometimes I wish I had a button that I could just type something in and just see an alternate universe and just live a day in it.
It's crazy, bro. You know, I saw this story earlier. I said, wow. I saw some people still they blaming on Avengers, which launched a few years ago at this point. Guardians of the Galaxy. But I think it's a concoction, a combination of all of the decisions they've made. Forspoken didn't do well. We all know they're saying the Final Fantasy 16 didn't do well for them. You know, ponies want to yell 3 million copies sold, but apparently that wasn't enough for Sqaure Enix when the game cost 100 something million to make. So it seems like some bad decisions, or maybe people are just getting tired of Final Fantasy franchise, with the exception of Part 7 remake. You know, that game did well, but I don't know, man. You know, some of their Western studios didn't do well. They sold those guys off for pennies. I mean, well, 300 million obviously isn't pennies, but definitely wasn't the value they should have gotten for all of those IP and those two great studios. So they're struggling, bro. It's unfortunate. But sometimes your decisions come back to bite you in the ass, man.
Do you think that Sqaure Enix is actually legit struggling? Like it's not just like we're not making enough profit this year. Like they're legit struggling.
I think they're legit struggling. I mean, just look at what I just said. What was the last hit they had? Was the Final Fantasy VII remake? That's it, right?
Yeah,
when did that come out? 2019?
It's been a minute.
And they've dropped games throughout these years, and all of them have flopped. They complained about Rise of the Tomb Raider. They complained about Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the Avengers. It's like every AAA game they made, they did not do well. Now, Final Fantasy like 14 might be very profitable, but that's been around since 2013, and I mean, it must not be moving the needle. Was Elden Ring published?
No, that's Bandai Namco.
Right. So, like Abdel say,
I bet you that was a paycheck for them.
Yeah, man.
I bet you when Elden Ring came out, because I knew they probably thought Elden Ring was going to catch some good vibes, but I bet you Bandai Namco never thought it would catch the wave it did.
Yeah. So
I bet you when they looked at that, they're like, "Oh, we rolling in dough." I'm kind of curious how much money that made.
I don't know, man, but but Sqaure Enix, I do believe they're struggling at it. I really do. I think this is not them capping. I think they're struggling.
Do you
think about it, bro? They were desperate enough to talk to Xbox and do a deal with Xbox. They haven't rocked out with Xbox in years.
Do you think that it's struggling enough where they get bought?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they're probably most likely looking to sell. Now, the question is, who's going to buy them and for how much? That's the question. But I do think they would probably love to be acquired right now.
That's the one and only. It would be interesting, man. I think that's first off. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At the end of the day, Final Fantasy 16, it just wasn't a good game to me. And keep in mind, people sit there all addict. Are you really a fan? Yeah, I'm a fan. I've played probably more Final Fantasy than the average person, by far. I've played Final Fantasy 7. I played the remake. I 100%ed 7. I played 8, played 9, played 10. I even tried 14. I beat 12. And when I say I played, I beat 12. I didn't beat 13 because I thought that's where the franchise started falling downhill for me. I beat 15. I dropped 16.
So you just dropped it. Like, how many hours did you put into it?
I dropped it like it was hot.
How many hours did you put into it? Just estimating, it's guessing.
I fought a couple. Here's the thing, like, I fought a couple of the Elons or Alons or whatever they're called. They're cool. They are. I do think they're overblown. People, this is so cool. It's literally QTEs and like going up and down half the time, like left, right, up, down. You're a fake Final Fantasy fan. Okay, Nintendo Dawn the talk. Normally, I don't address messages that aren't lit up, but we're gonna address you. Addict, you're a fake fan. Final Fantasy was a good game. Final Fantasy was horrible. 13 was 13, horrible. Right? 16 was a better game than 13.
13 was the one where they had the black guy with the afro. That was like, yeah, sucker. That talk like that.
Yeah. So 13. And his character wasn't that bad. I think his name was like something with an S. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. I remember playing it, but not.
I actually played a lot of 13. I just never beat it. That's the thing. I never beat it. It's just like, at the end of the day, man, 16 just didn't feel like a Final Fantasy game. It felt like something different. And I could never explain to you what I mean by that. I even played Final Fantasy Tactics. I beat Tactics Advance. I beat Tactics Advance 2. I play a game Final Fantasy fans they ever even heard of. And it's just like, I beat Kingdom Hearts, all of them. It lost me, man.
Hey, so
16.
let me ask you this, Addict, as a fan, when the Final Fantasy franchise went action, do you think that was the beginning of the end?
I think that's when the quality started going downhill, and I feel like they started pushing more and more that direction. And, 13 clearly had success because they spawned 2 horrible sequels. So I get it. They're okay games, but they're not what their former glory was. And the Metacritic score shows it. They haven't hit a 90 since they did it. I don't even think. Did Final Fantasy VII Remake get a 90? Because that's the closest game that. Yes, I beat Crystal Chronicles. What now? I beat Crystal Chronicles. I bet you didn't expect that one. The GameCube version I beat. I don't think there was a Crystal Chronicles 2. If there was, I didn't beat that.
Yeah, the Metacritic for Final Fantasy VII Remake was 87.
Yeah, so if you look at Final Fantasy games, they're not there anymore. Look up Final Fantasy 12.
12, gotcha.
I for the PS2. It's probably high 80s, early 90s. It might be the last 90s game.
Final Fantasy 12 for the PS2 is 92.
Look up 10 for the PS2, and that's the last one I'll have you look up.
10 is PS2. I actually bought that one. 92.
Okay, now one more. Look up 13.
Okay.
13.
13 for the PS3. 83.
1 second. Keep the entertained. Someone's knocking at my door.
83. Damn, they knocking a long time, ain't they? They're like, yeah, punk addict, bring your punk ass to the door. No, so yeah, man, it's pretty messed up that Final Fantasy. I'm sorry that Sqaure Enix isn't doing all that, but hey, man, it is what it is.
So people can sit there, they can say what they want. The numbers show. Maybe these sell better. I don't know. Sqaure Enix apparently ain't doing the greatest, so I don't know about that either. But all I know is they ain't had a 90 plus Metacritic since they went to this. So people can sit there, obviously, do what Dragon Quest did. Dragon Quest 11, that was the first Dragon Quest I ever played. I was such a Final Fantasy fan, I hated on that game for no reason. That's besides the fact. So Dragon Quest 11 was the first game I played of Dragon Quest. That sucker lets you choose between action and turn-based.
That's nice.
They respect both people.
Yeah, that's cool to have the option. Like Starfield and like Bethesda games, they give you the option, third or first. Hey, Don Otaku, he made a good point. I just remember Final Fantasy 13 was the first Final Fantasy game to launch on Xbox.
It's like they're sabotaging us.
He's right about that because I remember at that time, Sqaure Enix and like some of the Japanese developers could not ignore Xbox anymore because in the States, Xbox 360 was destroying the PS3 and the PS3 did not get off to a good start. So they had to put their games on Xbox. That was the first one. I remember because I remember the E3 where Sqaure Enix came on stage.
It just, to me, when it comes to Final Fantasy, I know we won't talk about this much long. It is what it is at this point. If they choose not to see what's in front of them, they keep locking their games down to PlayStation, and clearly, of course, they're probably making profit. Let's keep it real here. they're always overestimating what their franchises are realistically worth. There's probably a reason that Sqaure Enix hasn't been bought, because they probably value themselves at like 30-40 billion dollars. Man, Final Fantasy worth 15 by itself. That's probably why they ain't sold to anyone. You know, they're realistically worth probably like 7 to 8 billion, and they're like, every time someone comes down and have a conversation, we want 30. What do you mean 30? If you want us, you got to pay for us. Well, we don't want you that bad. So, I mean, do you think that if these games, do you think it's just a fatigue and no one likes Final Fantasy games anymore, or Sqaure Enix games in general, or do you think it's because they do these exclusivity deals and it limits how many they can actually sell?
Oh man, that's a good question. There might be a combination of things. There might be a combination of people are tired of the franchise, or they didn't like the new direction of the franchise. It can be there's a whole new, audience that don't care about Final Fantasy like they used to. You know, there's only a few franchises that last for years and still as popular, like maybe the Nintendo franchises, Mario, Zelda, GTA. Even Halo isn't as popular as it used to be. So maybe Final Fantasy just isn't as popular as it used to be.
Babe, someone in the chat said, damn, this dude living the dream, got some tacos and kisses.
Oh, here's some more kisses.
Oh
They're
my
talking
God.
about it.
Oh,
Okay.
snap.
So, I mean, I agree. I think that these games could definitely sell better. You know, put them on PC, Switch,
I
Xbox,
think they should put it on
Steam.
PC day one.
If they put all these on day one, I think it would sell better. Now, people in there sitting there saying, it's because it's not on Xbox. Calm yourself, okay?
Yeah.
I will say that you start to nurture these games, have them on the platform for long amounts of times, and not just pick when you want to drop them. Xbox will eventually start selling more, a lot more. But you know, until we see that day, I don't blame people for not buying Final Fantasy on Xbox, because you're not guaranteed anything. You know, even people sit there and say, you got to support it. No, don't have the illusion that if you support Final Fantasy on Xbox, you'll see Sqaure Enix games. Because clearly Octopath Traveler, Microsoft dropped the bag. And I actually was told behind closed doors, Octopath Traveler exceeded expectations on Xbox. Sales-wise, not Game Pass-wise, sales-wise. And that game's sequel still didn't come on the platform.
Yeah. But the sequel didn't do as well either, though, right?
And I've been told that it was better. Which sucks, man. It sucks. Well, let's move on, man. I know you guys don't want to talk. Look, we know what you guys are here for. You know, we're 43 minutes into the podcast, and we're going to talk about Starfield under attack ? Under attack. All right. So how rules of engagement, Dirt. Rules of engagement. We're not only talking about Starfield post-launch. We're talking about up to launch. We're talking about, you know, the little things that they did to try to attack it. We're talking about who did it, because I think there's some fan sites that are just going at it crazy. There's websites going at it crazy. We're talking about it all. And I'm gonna let you go first, Dirt. Hit it.
You know, my last video was about this topic right here. I said PlayStation fanboys and whoever else, they failed. They tried their best to make this game a failure. From the smear campaign from the beginning, before the game even released, like you just mentioned, they were bashing the game weeks ago. They were bashing the footage from E3 this year, bashing the footage from last year. They were doing analysis videos, talking about this, talking about that. Why can't I go on this planet? Ty Howard lied. They tried their best to destroy the game before it released. And there's only one reason they did this. Because ZeniMax is now owned by Xbox. Bethesda games have been coming out for years. Have you ever heard a smear campaign on a Bethesda game before it released?
Tell them, Dirt.
I haven't. It's only one reason they're doing this.
Get him dirt.
Yeah. These POSs. And it's sad because, Phil Spencer knew the scrutiny that comes with being under Xbox. That's why Phil Spencer gave him another year. Polish this game as much as possible. We give you guys another year because he knew just being Xbox first party, people will be going crazy. And I have never seen the amount of hate this game is getting. Let me take that back. Even before the game released, I can't think of a game getting this much hate. Like, damn. on a Bethesda game, a studio that's known for having, I wouldn't say polished or quality games, but their games damn sure get high Metacritic scores. Their previous games get nominated for Game of the Year. Some have won Game of the Year. A game like Elder Scrolls got like what, a 96 Metacritic? Something like that, some high 90s. But because this game is a Xbox first party title, you see all of this crap, man. All of this crap. With invisible walls, Addict. I'm going to run 40 minutes in one direction, fake it, act like it's 10 minutes, and I'm going to run into an invisible wall. Then I'm going to say Ty Howard lied.
I'm going to get mad because I can't land on a gas planet.
I can't land on a gas planet.
I'm calling that right now, Gasgate.
And these guys say, why am I running into an invisible wall after running 40 minutes in the odd direction? Then the same people would say, I can't land on a gas planet. People say, no, you're not. You can't land on gas planets, you idiot. Then they say, well, it's a video game. Oh, so it's a video game where you want to walk on the sun and land on gas planets. But it's not a video game when you run into an invisible wall. Make up your mind. Is it a video game or not? Because you want to do one thing that's not realistic, but the other thing that's not realistic, you're criticizing them. I hate them all, Addict. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I hate them. Look, I will say that, first off, this game is not an 84. It's just not. No. I would say 87, 88 is where I would put this. And I get it. The problem that I can't stand is a lot of people are trying to make this game other things. They're like, oh, I played this. I didn't expect, a Bethesda game. Oh, I played this. I expected them to do something different. Oh, I played this because it's I saw Astrocross's review and I respect that dude. I did. And he started bringing up stuff that I wasn't really considering. So I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. And he's still a cool dude. Like, I really respect him. I don't know if you know who he is. He's a Destiny content creator and he made a Starfield review. And as much as I respect his review and his opinion on Starfield, he compared it to Destiny a bunch of times. Like, oh, this isn't the kind of gameplay that I want. I want more fluid gameplay than this. And it's like, but
Destiny
you're playing,
player said this.
Yeah, but you're playing literally one of the most what's what I'm looking for? Fluid gameplay with first person that's ever existed.
Mm-hmm.
You can't compare Bungie's foundation to anything because they're second to none for the most part. And I get it. Like, I do get it to a point. I do get it to a point. It's like, some of the other stuff he was doing, I was all right. I feel you on that. Some of the other things I was like, that makes sense. I get it. But it's just like some of the things, it was just like, can we compare this game to this game, please? Like, can we compare Starfield to Starfield? Now, he was talking about like certain things that like Oblivion did that Starfield didn't do. That's fair criticism. It's just like, but you can't compare Starfield to Bungie. because it's just like, I do agree with him that a lot of the A lot of the dialogue could have been improved a lot more. Agreed.
Mhm.
Perfectly valid, criticism. So besides him, because I do think he's coming from a genuine place. He's coming from a place that he wanted this game to be good. Where I draw the line is when I see people constantly looking for bad stuff. It's like they went into the game looking for bad stuff. And if you go into a game with the intentions of shitting on that game, you'll be surprised at how bad you can find stuff. How much a negativity you can find about a game. I could go into Spider-Man right now and find you mad stuff that's on that doesn't make sense. And what's funny is I bet you I can find a barrier.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Like you said, if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it. So
I'm not getting the cat. I don't know where the cat went.
they said
people wanted to see the cat.
Addict's cat opinion.
Say, what's your opinion, huh? What's your opinion? You gonna talk? Oh, now you're not. Now you're too shy. You're not gonna talk?
Yeah, man. It's crazy to compare Destiny to a game like Starfield. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop. I just, but this is going to show you we predicted this. Most Xbox fans saw this coming. We saw the hate. It's funny when you for years say Xbox has no games at all. You laugh at Xbox lack of games. You say all they have is Halo, Gears, and Forza. But when Xbox actually has a new IP, first you guys said it's not Xbox game, because it's ZeniMax game, and everybody knows that Xbox helped. They actually assisted ZeniMax Bethesda in getting this game out. They absolutely helped them. But they said first they said it's not Xbox game. Then Redfall came out. Then they said, oh, Bethesda games are Xbox games. Then when they said, okay, this is an Xbox game, then they went on a hate campaign before the game even released. Then after the game released, when we started to hear positive Xbox numbers, PC numbers, early access, the game is actually sold 2 million plus before the game officially released. Then they have these, God of War sold 5 million. Well, Fallout 4 shipped 12 million back in 2015. How about that? This is a failure. Then people say, well, this game is a failure. Then Xbox and ZeniMax comes out and say we have 6 million players. Well, okay, that's 6 million, but it still ain't still like Fallout 4. Now you're comparing to ZeniMax games. It's just a mess, man. It's just a mess.
Yeah, and plus, there was 2 million people paying extra just to play that game early.
Yep.
And you gotta think about the Game Pass people. I had the review copies of this. There was people, and I don't know if you were one of them. They paid $30 just to slide in there a little early.
I was one of them.
Imagine that.
I was one of them.
We already got Game Pass. Microsoft, whoever thought of it's a genius. Yo, we're not giving them the game. Let's charge them $30 just to upgrade to the premium stuff. They don't get the game; they just get to play it early. You see, if I didn't get the review copy, I would have been right there with you guys because there ain't no way I'm waiting 7 days.
Right,
it's not happening.
Yeah,
it's so cool because regardless, if this game got an 84, and that's a travesty. Like it really is. Like I was okay with it being at 87.
Yeah.
I thought that was fair. There's a lot of issues with the game. I was even a little okay for 86. But then when I started seeing people give it a 4 out of 10 and a 5 out of 10,
ridiculous,
and a 6 out of 10 for no reason. And when you read their reviews, it makes no sense. But it's like they didn't even play the game.
Yeah.
There was someone that literally gave it a 6 out of 10 and that played 6 hours of it.
Mm-hmm.
6. Are you going to sit here and you're going to tell me with a straight face that people actually played large amounts of that? I don't think they did.
No,
I don't.
Didn't.
I think a lot of these sites that didn't get their codes, I think they took this as a opportunity to get back at Bethesda for not giving them early access.
Oh, they said, I believe Metro UK said what they were going to give it before they played it. They said it's gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Hey, Truth Serum just said something I forgot to mention. When Phil Spencer himself came out there and said we've had 1 million plus concurrent players, people said, that ain't nothing. Like, do you know what concurrent means, buddy? Those are peak Halo 3 numbers, Addict. 1 million concurrent players? Come on, man. Come on. They try their best to downplay it, bro.
It's crazy, man. Like, it's just like, can we just please just keep, babe, can we just please be honest? That's all my thing. Like, if you're going to give the game a 7 out of 10, and I genuinely think you're going to give, like, that's genuine. That's from the heart. You know, I just didn't, like Astra Cross. I watched his review, even though I disagreed with certain comparisons he made. I know Astra Cross as an influencer. I know him as I've watched his content as well for years. I know that's his actual opinion. There's no political thing being dragged on there. There's no gaming politics being dragged on there. There's no spite being dragged on there. He just didn't like Starfield, and that's okay. But what I don't like is people using the Metacritic score to manipulate and send a message, because we should be looking at the Metacritic score as like a high tier thing. It should be a sacred process that we want to make sure is straight narrow. This isn't and I've said this before, this isn't the issues of the, I don't know if we talked about this last week, but this isn't an issue with the people doing it. It's an issue of Metacritic. Obviously, these people know that giving a game a 4 out of 10 to get some quick clicks. Why would you not do that? You know, it's, you know, your morals are wrong and your integrity is a little questionable. But some of these companies, they probably don't have a choice. They probably struggling financially. They're trying to make sure that they don't got to lay people off. So I see it to a point. Yeah. But it's just like, why is Metacritic letting them do that? Why is it still that 5 out of 5 games on Metacritic just screws up the whole engine on Metacritic, and they haven't reached out to these 5 out of 5 people and said, you either change your review process to a 10 out of 10 scale or you're off Metacritic. How many of these companies, if they were hit with an ultimatum like that, would fight them? Very few.
Right.
I'm switching almost immediately. And they have the power to do that, but it's like they don't care. So you don't care about your own platform?
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. So I agree with that. But, you know, from the console war standpoint, you know, the Metacritic score is nothing but bragging rights. That's all it is, right? And to be honest with you, the PlayStation fanboys started it last generation. You know, because Xbox had a few games that didn't do so well in Metacritic, and they let Xbox people know. Crackdown with the 50. Meanwhile, God of War has a 92, whatever God of War had. And, you know, PlayStation got great Metacritic scores, and last generation, Xbox struggled. But this generation, they're doing much better. It's funny. It's funny how State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3 got bad Metacritic scores, right? 60, 55. That's terrible. Xbox has no quality games. But then when Xbox game Starfield got an 87, this is a bad Metacritic score too. Like, what? How was 87 a bad Metacritic score? Now it's down to 84. They're still, it's even worse. It's dropping. Okay, so a 60 is an abysmal Metacritic score, but now an 87 is an abysmal Metacritic score also. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
It is what it is at that point, man. It's like, you know, there's nothing that we can do to fix that. You know, PlayStation fanboys, they can go at it as much as they want. It is what it is at that point. And, you know, I hate that for them. But we're going to go move on to because we've had Starfield a little bit of time to digest, and I thought it was really important for us to be able to just sit on the Starfield talk for a little bit. So what I want to talk about is just overall impressions that you have after playing it for a little bit more time. I also want to talk to you about these mods that we're seeing. I want to have a good conversation about, as well as I see they're putting field of view in there, FOV sliders on the PC. I don't know if that's on Xbox yet. And it's just like, do you think that these things should have been involved day one? Do you think that it was a mistake to hold these features back? Because I think that's one of the reasons that the game didn't do the greatest on PC, like in terms of Metacritic, because PC people are very, very entitled for a reason, because they have so many settings. They pay all this money for their console, for their PC. So I can understand wanting these settings, and the fact that Bethesda, a primary PC manufacturer or software developer, didn't have these options. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to talk about the PC crowd, yes, maybe they should have had those options available for the PC crowd, because like you said, they're really picky. They want stuff how they want it. So yeah, maybe they should have had that prepared. But at the same time, this is the day we're living in, bro. People can sit here and say this and this and that. Oh no, these games are finished, are like released unfinished, and unfortunately, that's the time we live in. It is. So for them to add a few things a couple weeks later, cool. When you think it's only been a couple weeks, it should have been there at launch. Yeah, probably, but it is what it is, man. You look at a game like Star Wars Jedi Survivor. That game just got another big update to make the 60 FPS a little bit more stable. The game been out for like 6-7 months now. So, but everything good?
So it said Big Mad Mo. Oh wait, is a third party and indie showcase. I thought that was the first one. So this is the secret show. Yeah,
that's right, Big Bad Mo. Yeah, man.
We're not gonna really talk about that because I was going to talk about it on the show, but then I saw the expectations for the show, and
I just want them to show stellar yams, stellar buns, and I'll be happy.
Those robot cheeks.
Yeah. I just had a PlayStation fan, but I made a joke on Twitter. I said, so is this that second, that secret, that real? No, because I don't know if you don't do the console war stuff too much. I know you're aware of certain things, but there was some PlayStation fanboys saying that the first showcase in May, which was abysmal, they were saying that wasn't the real showcase. PlayStation's going to have another showcase this month, September. That's going to be the real showcase. That's
the real showcase.
The real showcase. So I went on Twitter after this State of Play was announced, and I said, "Is this the real showcase that PlayStation fanboys told us about?" And I had a PlayStation fanboy. He is definitely going to be POS of the week. He said, yes, this is no, they're going to have the State of Play, but they're going to do the real showcase in October. I said, damn, bro. So you're saying this State of Play is what it is, but they're going to have a showcase in October. Is that what you're telling me? And he doubled down on it.
Yo, tell me, Matt, I couldn't begin to describe to you how much King probably was feeling when he saw that. Like, because I think we're gonna live stream it tomorrow. Are you gonna live stream it?
No. I'll talk about it afterwards because I go live at 6, and I think it starts at 5, so it'll be like right after.
Well, good. I'll send our people to you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Perfect.
Yeah, because it Yo, first off, put a 1 in the chat if you think Nintendo's gonna smash PlayStation's Direct tomorrow, because they're both the same day.
Yeah,
Nintendo is going to smash.
What time is Nintendo's? Do you know?
It is like 9 in the morning. If you're
okay.
I think it's like 10 or 7 in the morning if you're on Pacific, and 9. I hope they're both good. I really do. I hope they're both good. But it's just like, I just don't get it, man. Like, where's PlayStation? We gotta talk about it, Dirt. Is PlayStation back on their PS3 energy?
I'm not sure. I will say this. I would say this. They might be back on their PS3 energy because right now they're still relying on the casuals choosing the PS5 so far this generation. Yes, they had a couple of exclusives. They had a few. They had more than Xbox, AAA, that's to say. But those games were PS4 games. First party, it's by even, but they had a lot of third party deals, and I will give props to Gas because Gas said, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Oh no, I'm sorry, last week. He said PlayStation's first party looks like shit, and their first party roadmap. We have Spider-Man, Wolverine eventually, a couple of live service games, and we know nothing. Yes, I understand that Circle Punch is working on probably Ghost of Tsushima 2, but who knows what else is going on? And that roadmap is looking spooky, bro. I don't care what nobody say. And Xbox roadmap is looking spectacular. And there's still a lot of unannounced games from Xbox camp. So I think they're relying on the casuals at this moment because the casuals have chosen the PS5 so far. But we'll see what happens, man, because I don't know if you saw earlier, Starfield actually moved some Xbox consoles in the UK. Did you see that?
Yeah, I actually made a video about that.
Oh, did you? Did it drop?
Yeah, and if it's UK, the states they did either on par or better.
Yeah. Hey, TJ, Gaz was kind of talking trash before that PlayStation showcase. Gaz the humble, he was like, they're gonna destroy Xbox. I was like, oh shoot. But listen, it is what it is now because that definitely didn't happen. So you would say you had a roadmap looking sus, man.
Yeah, I guess to me, my biggest thing is I just want to see what PlayStation's doing after Spider-Man and Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Like to me, it just looks like a bunch of games as a service and Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
We keep hearing all these other studios are making I remember Horizon devs supposedly they're making like a multiplayer type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like
confirmed.
Is it tagged on with the Horizon team, or is this going to be the way they go from now on? Because I'm just curious on that. It is what it is when it comes to that. Right now, Dirt's doing something. I'll smash back over when he's done. I just want, guys, I want things to go good, like I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that PlayStation's lost its way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're seeing the Fortnite money. They're seeing all this money go up, and they want that. Because if you look at it, they're spending money. It's just not in studios.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in single-player games. It's anime because they bought Funimation and they bought Crunchyroll. They just recently bought something else. I just can't remember what it was. Oh, it was the headset.
The headphone. Yeah, the headphone.
They have bought multiple studios to do live service games.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see the same energy these days being thrown into what made them unique and what made them popular. Now that might just be because why would they have to come out openly and talk about these things? Because we know they're there. Yeah. It is one of those things when it comes to that, man.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you one question before we go. PlayStation 4 was a very successful console. Did great, right? Why do you think they changed their strategy at it? They went from great single-player games to totally changing their strategy completely to having a couple single-player games and games as a service. Why do you think they changed their strategy?
I think it's just they're like, yo, this single-player money good, but that Fortnite money over there looking real nice. I think that's literally what it is.
Yeah.
I will get to the super chats here in a second, guys. Don't worry. I think that's literally what it is. It's we like this money, but this money's letting us buy some food, some buildings. That money's letting us buy some yachts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like King said, Jim's trying to get a yacht. He's tired of Phil being the only one with a yacht. He's
Mm.
trying to get a yacht.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I said, and like me and my homie Shaun said, that it's just not sustainable anymore. The single player only strategy isn't sustainable anymore because PlayStation has some quality single player games. Don't get me wrong, but those games are quality and they are also expensive. And Jim Ryan himself said selling 10 to 20 million isn't cutting it anymore. When you think about a game like The Last of Us costs 200 something million to make and it sells 10 million. I mean, 10 million is great, but I'm saying, man, you know, I don't know. They're changing their strategy, so we'll see what happens, bro.
Yeah, I feel it'll be good though. You know, let me get these super chats real quick. $2 super chat from Angry Therapist, MD. Oh God, I worked too hard for her addict talking about Sarah. We got a member chat for 5 months from God Emperor Sofa King. Imagine being hyped for a state of play focusing on indies and third-party games. Could not be me. PlayStation fans are desperate. To be honest with you, I understand that's a joke, but I don't know about Dirt. Sorry, I didn't put those on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can go back up if I could see it. So to me, I guess like when it comes to me, is I just get hyped for any kind of game thing. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, obviously there's gonna be some clowning going on as well, but I just like the events anyway. Like I like
I agree.
the ideal that at any moment I can get like swept off my feet. I know that sounds like a really like cringe thing to say, but I really do. I like at any moment it's just going to be something that's really going to captivate me and be really good, you know, thing to watch. I can't find one of your guys, and I apologize for that. So we're going to start with that one, and then we'll go to this one. Now you'll probably laugh at this one. $5 super chat from God Emperor Sofa King. Dreamcast guy's face looks like a ghoul from Fallout. Oh my god. Look, I got no issue with Dreamcast guy, but what I will say is his content, I'm just like scratching my head these days.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. You know, I'm not saying the dude pulls any type of like, I'm gonna do this day, I'm gonna do this that day. But it just, to me, it's just like, do you even like games? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe he just didn't like Starfield. I mean, we won't go too much on that, but I just get frustrated, man. And I know that's not like Dreamcast guy's fault or anyone else's fault. It's just, I see it so often now, I assume everyone's doing it. and it's just like, it is what it is at this point. But, you know, if he is or not clickbaiting every video and he's making mad money, then, you know, I guess.
Yeah.
Because trust me, like, that money nice.
Yeah.
You know, I've done pretty good keeping myself out of those corners, but I'm not getting the type of viewership that he gets either. So I don't know. You know, it is what it is when it comes to that. So Dart, before we head out of here, what you been playing, man? What are you hopeful for? Like, I see people talk about Liza P. Is that something you're interested in? What do you want to play?
I'm not really into the Souls games like that, but I'll damn sure download it and give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Just like I did with Wulong. Like Wulong was pretty decent. I just don't like Souls games like that. So yeah, it was you know, so yeah, I've been playing, you know, like I said, Starfield, of course, 2K. I'm definitely going to play Mortal Kombat when it drops. I'm looking forward to that. So that's about it, brother.
That's what's up. And you know, I think I'm looking forward to Liza P. I'm playing the crew right now. It's pretty much a copy and paste for her from Horizon. But
is it?
We got to be real though. Are they really that stupid? Like, if you see something like Horizon doing really well,
yeah,
wouldn't you take it upon yourself to be like, okay, maybe I do need to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, if it's working so well, why not do it?
Yeah.
And I can't really blame them on that one.
Yep. That's about it.
So
Yeah, guys, so check out my channel when you get the chance. If you prefer Xbox.
Yeah, so right there, man, we got I'm gonna highlight right there, man. Go to my dude's channel, man. Go over there to Dirt's channel. Follow him. You should put your Twitter in there too.
Oh yeah. I always forget to put my Twitter on there. I guess because I don't tweet that often. But I do tweet like, when I'm promoting my shows or whatever.
That's only I mean, I've been trying to do a little bit more better, like tweeting in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do realize that that's like an important thing.
Absolutely.
Because those Twitter followers can, really get you in front of people. Yeah. Especially the way Elon and plus I don't know how Elon's gonna long term wise do stuff. So I gotta automatically assume that he's gonna make it really profitable for us to monetize that.
Mm-hmm.
I should tweet my OnlyFans. I do not have an OnlyFans. You guys are funny. Let me see where we can send you guys to. Because Fame is not live yet, unfortunately. You know what? I mess with this dude. You guys might not like this dude, but I like him. Player Essence over there at Spawn Wave. Definitely go over there and tell him tell Addict Show, Addict Raid or however you guys want to say it. Even if you go in there and just say, man, just say Addict sent you. Because he's a good dude, man. Very passionate Nintendo follower. I'm sure Nintendo Dawn the Otaku is killing that one. Just go in there for me, a personal favor to me, man. Say Addict sent you, man. But like I said, follow us on our social medias, and we'll see you next week, man. We'll see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Peace out.
Remember, go over there and say Addict sent you. It's very important. Bye-bye.
Addict sent you.